So, early on in the Tanya, the Alter Rebbe says, if you ask, can we know God? The traditional response is, less machshava tvisabe. Which presents a problem because, so what's the mitzvah of Yediyas Hashem? You've just closed the door on that. So the Rebbe says very simply, this Eibishter, whom we cannot understand, makes himself understood in the Torah.
Right, I'm okay with that.
Which means...
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
No, which means saying that he is not understandable, that's without Torah. In other words, by nature we would not understand him. But when he reveals himself, we do understand him. So all of these statements about the Eibishter being unavailable, beyond reach, yeah, that's by nature. But when Vayered Hashem al Har Sinai, then he broke that law of nature.
He broke that law of nature.
And now he is
like when I speak to the 5-year-old on their level. So a 5-year-old can't understand a 60-year-old, a 70-year-old. But when the 60 or 70-year-old chooses to speak, not as if they're speaking to another 60 or 70-year-old, but like they're speaking to a 5-year-old, then they've broken that barrier and that rule of nature, and they've given access to the 5-year-old to understand.
No.
But that doesn't mean the 5-year-old really understands the 70-year-old.
Then they haven't broken the nature at all.
Yeah, they have.
No, they haven't.
The nature is they can't communicate. They're speaking different languages. They cognitively are differentiated. You've broken those boundaries by choosing to limit yourself and practice a tzimtzum that makes you accessible to the 5-year-old.
So are you
But the
accessible?
5-year-old shouldn't fool themselves to think.
Wait. Let's not keep arguing the ignorance.
Right.
He makes himself accessible or not?
He makes pieces of himself.
Which is not really him.
Which is not necessarily really him.
Okay, then he has not made him, so that he hasn't broken nature at all.
He's created communication.
Which is fake.
I don't know what's real or fake because he's not part of my experience. Okay. That's how I start the entire conversation.
The whole point of giving Torah is to make him part of our experience. And to end the mystery. He doesn't want to be mysterious. He wants to be known. And if he wants to be, he makes himself known.
Then why does he describe himself as a Ken Mistate? And why does the Tanya describe Torah as a mashal of a mashal of a mashal of Elokus? But not Elokus.
Oh, of course it's Elokus.
It's a mashal of a mashal of a mashal of Elokus.
No, it's Elokus. Torah is Elokus. It's godliness itself.
I'd love to see that inside with you.
Wow. But again, the point of it is, there are certain assumptions that would be correct if Hashem hadn't chosen otherwise. Like
the existence of the world.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because he should not create a world.
But you admitted or said before the world doesn't exist. It's a mashal. We're an illusion. The reality is Hashem.
Okay, so
we did say that. So just like he was mitzamtzem himself to make space for the illusion of the world, he's mitzamtzem himself to make space for the illusion that he has needs.
No. Creation, the physical world, can be an illusion. Torah can't be an illusion.
But I'm not describing Torah as an illusion. I'm describing my expectation that I can describe his need as the illusion.
So I'm saying, in Torah, he reveals the truth. He doesn't conceal more.
Right.
The Olam conceals.
Right.
It's an illusion.
But you're using the word Torah very broadly, in Torah.
Torah means making himself known.
In Shas right now, where does he make himself known?
In every word.
In what?
In every word.